right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in there and popping on with us on this awesome evening. We appreciate your time so much and so excited to share with you guys a little bit more about Green Compass. I have two very special guests on this call with us tonight, so this is an awesome time to tune in. Really quickly, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Michal Cheshire. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm an advocate with Green Compass and a presidential founder, and I've been with the company since we launched back in February of 2019. And just super excited and passionate about these products and this business opportunity. And I'm just so glad y'all have popped on to hear a little bit more about it. When I first got started with Green Compass, I did not know much about CBD, but it was interesting because just before I jumped on board, I had a friend reach out to me about this opportunity. And just before that, my husband actually just had really amazing success with CBD. And he had been struggling for about 10 years with jaw pain. And you guys, he had tried everything. He put everything through the ringer. He was going to different dentists. He had seen chiropractors. He had seen physical therapists. He was abusing the ibuprofen, all the mouth guards, all the things. He was researching surgery. And y'all, nothing was helping him. And thankfully, before surgery happened, a friend had reached out and just simply asked, "Hey, have you tried CBD for that?" And he hadn't. And my husband went out and got a CBD oil and started taking it. And you guys, 4 days into using it, I'll never forget the day he came to me and he said, "Michal, I don't know if this is just in my head or what, but my pain is pretty much gone." And, fast forward now to, it's been about 3 years since he's been using it. And what had been a subject of everyday conversation, his jaw pain, you guys, he has not complained of his jaw once. So he is a huge testimony to why I got in the business. And I'm so excited to introduce to you guys two amazing ladies that I have met through this business. And they're just so inspirational and so humble and so much fun and just like powerhouses in the direct sales space and with Green Compass, because you guys, tonight you get to hear from our two top earners that I'm really excited I get to interview and introduce to you guys. So tonight we have on Emily Beale, who is here in Wilmington, North Carolina. You guys, she is the top earner in Green Compass currently. She is also our first $1 million earner. And I say that because I know she will not tell you that. But it's so cool, y'all. 2.5 years in, we have $1 million earner. And then you guys, we also have Lynsey Petty on the line, and she is in Charlotte, North Carolina. She is our second top earner in the company, and she is well on her way to being $1 million earner in this company as well. So super excited. I'm going to stop talking because I know y'all want to hear from them tonight. So I obviously joined for specific reasons, my husband having amazing success with CBD, but I know y'all probably want to hear why these ladies jumped on board. So I'm going to let Emily Beale kick it off, and so you guys can hear a little bit more from her story.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Michal, for that introduction. I'm so excited to be with you guys tonight when Lynsey, the curly blonde over there, we just were on a little trip to Puerto Rico with the company, and we were like, how fun would it be to hop on here and just chit chat and do a little interview and share why we love this company so much and really what led us here. So Michal said, my name is Emily Beale, and I'm in Wilmington, where this company was born and bred. And it has just been the most fulfilling 2.5 years for so many reasons, some of which I'm going to cover tonight. But if you had told me, this time 3 years ago that I would be sitting here talking about CBD, I would have said that you were absolutely crazy because number one, I didn't know what CBD was. And number two, I had a lot going on. I was content with what I had going on and I wasn't looking to add anything to my plate. So before I tell you what really led me to Green Compass, I'm going to give you like a very brief backstory on me. So I was that girl who was a little bit of a proclaimed job snob. I worked really hard in school to get a job that I loved. I had a career in medical device sales that took me a long time to get. And once I was there, I kind of thought that was going to be what I was going to do for the rest of my days. Until one day I got a phone call while I was pregnant with our first child, Hadley, who is now 9. And I got laid off out of the blue. And we had just moved to Wilmington from Virginia, bought a house built on 2 incomes. My husband really could have used CBD back then. But, all of a sudden, our life looked a lot different, and it was kind of put on hold until Hadley got here. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go back and get a new job. It'll be better than ever when she gets here. Well, she got here and everything changed. I never thought I would want to be a stay-at-home mom, but we made it work and we squeaked by on one income, but it was a big lifestyle change. And that's about the time I had a friend approach me about direct sales. And I bring up that job snob again because I rolled my eyes. I had every objection in the book. I didn't want to be having parties, stocking inventory, flagging my friends down in the grocery store, trying to sell them everything under the sun. So I sat back, I rolled my eyes, and I watched her journey. And over the course of 2 years, I kind of remained stuck, and I watched her really succeed and really have fun. And so one day I thought, you know what, why not? And I jumped in, and you guys, I totally ate my words and fell in love with the industry and what it could provide. And I was with that company. It was in the skincare industry for 5 years when Green Compass was brought to my attention. So over the course of 5 years of that company, I made it to the top of the compensation plan and built a great business. And I wasn't looking for anything, but that little birdie in my ear was like, Emily, what if you had joined that company 2 years prior when your friend first reached out to you? Hey, Emily, what if you could provide a product that could really help people instead of just make people look better? Hey, Emily, what if you could get involved with a brand new company in a brand new industry with founders who were doing everything right? And so I did my research. I asked a lot of questions, and the things that really stuck out to me on why Green Compass, first and foremost, is the industry, you guys, the CBD space. So I didn't know much about CBD. I told you this. But I first found out it doesn't make you high. So hemp is where all of our products are derived from, not marijuana, which is the plant that makes you high. So all of our products are legal. There are no psychoactive properties. Want to get that out of the way first and foremost. But CBD can do so much for the mind and the body. It's such an incredible compound that's found in the hemp plant. I really encourage you guys to Google it and do your research, and we'll touch on it a little bit later. But it's such an unregulated industry. About 8 or 9 out of every 10 bottles are mislabeled. So people can, put whatever they want in a bottle, slap a pretty white label on it, and sell it as quality CBD. So really knowing what is in your bottle is so, so, so important. And I found that my friends and family were really curious about CBD, but they didn't know where to go buy it. They didn't want to go to a sketchy hemp pharmacy. And it really was the perfect industry for this sales channel. And then number 2 are our founders and our company story. And I'm going to breeze over this because we have a great video showing their heart and their passion that we can send to you. But in a nutshell, the journey of Green Compass started with our 5 founders, and they really had a mission to provide quality CBD products to the people that matter most in their lives, which was their family. So we have Meredith and her husband, Sterling, Meredith's brother, Brooks, and 2 farmers named Adam and George Wooten. And it was kind of the perfect storm. Meredith had success with CBD when she became a new mom. And a few years later, she wanted to give CBD to her kids. And that's when that light bulb went off, and she realized not all hemp is created equal for many of the reasons that I just told you about, the unregulated industry. So she got together with her husband, Sterling, and he had been in the agriculture industry for years, extremely experienced businessman on the agriculture side. And he had connections with the 2 farmers named Adam and George Wooten, who are 6th-generation farmers. They've been farming hemp organically for years, and they created this incredibly high quality CBD with their loved ones in mind. And that's really when it started to spiral. And when I learned about the quality of our product, so we own every step of the process from the seed to the seal. So planting the seed, harvesting the plant, extracting the oil, bottling, labeling, shipping to your doorstep. Nobody else touches it. So you know exactly what you're getting. And once I learned that, I knew that I could stand behind this company and I could be that trusted resource to my friends and family who wanted to feel better on a daily basis, whether it was sleep, inflammation, stress, mood, you name it. And so I said yes. And thank goodness, you guys, because what took 5 years with that other company, my team surpassed in the first month. And it's because we're in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I had that coffee date with Michal as soon as I said yes, and she hopped on board. And I called my girl Lynsey, who is the numbers guru, my dear friend. And, we shared the excitement together, and I can't wait for you to hear from her. She is a total rock star. And hear what really led her to Green Compass. So Lyns.
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks, Em. Yes, when Emily initially called me about this, I was like, what are you talking about? I knew nothing about CBD. But Emily and I had met from a former company, the former company that she was involved with. I was involved in that company too. We met on an incentive trip. We were roommates and it was so much fun. And we really connected there. And she was someone that I really respected and trusted from a business perspective, But well, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Lynsey. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a wife and a mama to a 2-year-old little girl named Viv. And I was never a big fan of network marketing, to say the least. Honestly, because I didn't really understand it. I didn't know what it was. In my opinion, my perspective of network marketing was what I had just seen, my mom do back in the day, or like friends on Facebook doing, all that annoying copy pasty spammy stuff. And I thought it was all, buy all this inventory, like the old school, like Mary Kay or Pampered Chef. You buy all this inventory, you pay thousands and thousands of dollars. It collects dust in your garage unless you beg and plead people to have parties for you. If not, you're stuck. And you go in the hole and it's so hard to get out. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with anything like that. And so to say that I never saw myself here would be like a huge understatement. But I kind of started opening my eyes a little bit to the business model several years ago when, through social media, you're connected to so many people and like have an inside look at their lives and anything that, that they post. And so I'd seen so many people just totally change the trajectory of their life and their financial situation and their future with network marketing. I'm like, wait, am I missing the boat here? Am I the one that's kind of like, I'm over here laughing at you guys, but I'm also jealous of your lifestyle. Like, what is going on? Paying off debt, traveling the world. Like, there's got to be something to this. And so I ended up jumping on board with the company that Emily and I were with together. And I was there for 4.5 years. And I loved it. I fell in love with the business model. I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I went to school for business marketing. I got a bachelor's degree in business marketing. I'd never heard the words network marketing. And so all of this was new to me, but I jumped in. I was there for 4.5 years. I made it pretty far in the company as well. But I think I joined that company when I was 8.5 years old. And so Emily and I always would express our frustrations like, oh, I think we just joined a little bit too late in the game to have that lifestyle that I was jealous of that made me join in the first place. I was like, I want that kind of financial freedom. I want that kind of time with my family. And I don't want to be tied to a time clock. And I don't want to be, my income to be capped. And I want the flexibility to be a parent first when that day comes. This was several years ago before a baby was even a thought in my head, but I knew that's what I wanted in the future. And I thought the ship has sailed for that kind of opportunity. I joined when it was 8.5 years in. So when Emily first brought up Green Compass, her and I had known each other for a couple of years. I was like, this could be that, this sounds legit. This sounds great. Emily knows the founders personally, but what is CBD? I guess I've got to like Google it real quick and figure out what this is. Is it legal? Like, is my family going to be supportive or I'm going to be booted out? How's this going to go? So what I found about the CBD industry, the products, amazing, how they were helping people. If you could get with a legit company that was doing things the right way, that was focused on quality. Yes, all of those things got me excited. But what really got me the most excited was where the CBD industry was and is right now and where it is headed. Not only was it an opportunity to get in that sweet spot with a company in those early stages and grow with it, but in the industry, currently right now today, the CBD industry is about a $2 billion industry, projected to be over a $20 billion industry in the next couple of years. So that timing and positioning aspect is 100% in our favor. That's what got me excited about it then and what's keeping me excited about it now. We have not even scratched the surface of the growth. And I think my whole skepticism about the network marketing business model initially, I think the reason this feels different, the reason that this is different was because this was not supposed to be a network marketing company. I know Emily kind of touched on it a little bit, but The product quality was so high. Like our founders are farmers and people who are just in this to help others and wanted to do things on a bigger scale to help as many people as possible outside of just doctors and pharmacies in North Carolina. So when they totally switched the business model to network marketing, they hired a consulting firm to come in. They're like, all right, help us with the compensation plan and all of these other things to get things in line. This consulting firm is called the Sheffield Group. If you guys want to do your own research on them, but they've worked with 18 out of the world's top 100 network marketing companies. And they were excited to work with us. We were excited to work with them. They projected us to have $300,000 to $500,000 in sales in our year one, which we're like, woo, that's awesome. That would be like a great year one. We hit $12 million in sales in year one and more than doubled that in year two. So the train is rolling, you guys. These numbers keep getting me more and more giddy every day. Just the growth that hasn't even happened yet. And what Green Compass has in the pipeline for us, it gets me so excited. So I know we were going to chat a little bit about products, but I'll turn it back over to Michal first.
Yes, that is amazing, you guys. It is seriously such good timing to be here. And you guys, I was so thankful to learn about Green Compass because John started taking a CBD from a random store on the corner, and Lord only knows what was in that, you guys, because the CBD industry is unregulated. So, learning about Green Compass and how quality the products are was so educational to us, and I'm sure a lot of you guys that are tuning in. And y'all heard my husband having great success with the CBD oil. I love a ton of our products, but I would love to hear personally what you, Emily, and Lynsey, your favorite products here at Green Compass are.
Thanks, Michal. Oh my gosh, there's so many, you guys. And what's crazy is, we started with 2.5 years ago, and we've expanded our product portfolio, but everything is derived from organic hemp, which is so cool. But I'm going to briefly describe like how CBD works, because you're probably wondering, how does, one compound do so much for so many people? And we've got a really in-depth video on this that we can send if you want to know more about the science. But essentially, we have an endocannabinoid system. Who knew? In our bodies. It was discovered in the 1990s, and it's got more receptors than any other system in our body. And its main function is to keep your body like just right, or in homeostasis. So that's essentially your body's efforts to keep its internal processes in line or in balance. See the sweatshirt? Regardless of what's going on outside of your body and around you. So it's kind of like the dashboard in your car. So your body is continually monitoring and adjusting levels and functions like heart rate, body temperature, fatigue, hormone levels, and more. And when one of those levels gets out of whack, like if you're hungry or if you're overheating, really hot, sweating, from my first workout all week today, that was me. Your body signals your endocannabinoid system to bring it back to normal. And so when we take CBD actually binds to the receptors in that system and helps those receptors function better, which brings us back to balance. And that's why it can, help elevate someone's mood in the morning and also help someone's stress levels and bring them down and give them a great night's sleep in the evening. So I have a few favorite products, and I'm going to be brief because, whoever invited you tonight can go over the products in more detail. But our bread and butter is our oils, and I love the 750 milligram mint. We have different strengths and flavors. I take this to get a really great night's sleep, and 5 p.m. when my kids are driving me crazy, I have to whisper because one of them's still up. This helps me be like the best mom and the best wife without any of that fog. And so we've got that barcode on the bottom that you can scan, and you get a full lab report saying exactly what is in this bottle and what's not. USDA certified organic, such a hard certification to get. All the products that I'm showing you tonight will have that. And you essentially shake it up. You pull out your dropper and you hold it under your tongue for about a minute, and it works under your sublingual glands and gets into your endocannabinoid system. So that's our oil. My husband takes this too. And then we have our nano jellies, which are the best. So I use the limoncello. My whole family uses these. It's like throwing elbows. Who gets the jar first? My kids take a quarter. I take a whole. So great. Safe enough to give your kids. And they're delicious, and the same benefits as that oil. It's just a different delivery method. So our CBD was actually shrunk down so that its bioavailability is 10 times higher than any other jellies on the market, and it's water soluble. So you're getting like such a big punch from just a small amount of CBD. And we are the only USDA certified organic nano jelly on the market. They're just incredible. This is our top seller, about almost 20% of our sales. And then we have our reduced cream. This is my husband's favorite, you guys. So CBD also works on our skin. And so this has kind of an icy hot feel, but it's packed with 300 milligrams of CBD, which is so good for inflammation. My husband has terrible shoulders. He can't even sleep on one side, and this has done wonders for him. And then I have, what else? Oh, my sleep boost. So we have a line of boost products that help amplify your CBD. So when I really do need a good night's sleep, and you know, that extra little kick, I add my sleep boost to my CBD. And then we've got skincare. So our founder was an esthetician prior to starting Green Compass. So we have these peel pads that you guys can see. They give you such a great glow. They're gentle. And they exfoliate and they just balance and brighten your skin. And again, CBD is so good for inflammation and redness and aging. And then lastly, our new powders. My favorite is the Hydrate. So these are electrolyte powders. You guys, the ingredients are just second to none. I mean, the first ingredient is organic tart cherries, organic raspberry juice, organic coconut water. So no added sugar in these, and they just help you feel so hydrated. So I take these every day, especially after working out, or, you know, they're really good when you've had too many pina coladas in Puerto Rico, right, Lynsey? So I do not go a day without these powders. They're incredible. You just add it to a bottle of water and shake it up. So those are my favorites. Lynsey, you want to say yours?
You stole all mine. I'm just kidding. Okay, so well, obviously the nano jellies, like I feel like they're everybody's favorite. That is just the easiest way to take CBD. Like you don't have, there are no rules about holding it under your tongue, or like it's great for just all ages, everyone. So, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit and say our brand new elderberry nano jellies. So these came in the mail yesterday. This is our brand new product launch from like what, 4 days ago. These are awesome, you guys. It has all the benefits of CBD, but we had been asked, or from the former, you know, the lemon nano jellies, but we were asking corporate for a new flavor. We're like, please, please, please give us another flavor. We've been asking for months. Like we would have been satisfied with like strawberry or something. But of course, corporate doesn't do anything without making it the best of the best of the best. So going into cold and flu season, we now have elderberry nano jellies, all the benefits of CBD with all the benefits of elderberry. And there's the 3 different mushrooms in it. Of course, I didn't write them down. I don't know if you guys know off the top of your head. I had no idea. I've been doing like a little bit of research on like the benefits that mushrooms have on just like your health and wellness. And I'll look in a sec, or if you guys know and want to type them in the comments. But these are awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, second favorite would be the Soothe. I use this a lot, like on myself, but also speaking of the Puerto Rico pina coladas, there was also that Puerto Rico sunburn situation. Like obviously a spray tan isn't the same thing as a real tan, so you still need sunscreen. And I kind of missed that memo a little bit. So the Soothe saved my life from sunburn. I also use it on my little girl, my 2-year-old, for any kind of like skin irritations, little bumps and rashes and things like that. And it works great on her. I started reading a lot of the ingredients that came in like just the diaper creams and stuff like that, stuff you can't pronounce. I was like, I'm not putting that anywhere on my child. Like this is what she gets now. And then I love the metabolism boost. So this is great for like curbing cravings, giving you energy too. I've been trying to do better about getting back in the gym, and this has been my little buddy. I've got a little bit of a sweet tooth. So if you guys follow me on social media, you probably know that. So metabolism has like become a staple. As far as the skincare goes, the advanced peptide cream, it has CBD in it. CBD has its own benefits for your skin. But it has so many different peptides and different good things for it as well. My skin, especially just during pregnancy and after I had my baby, totally changed. Still struggle with skin issues, and she's 2 years old, just acne and dryness and just so many different things. So this has been a lifesaver for me. And then y'all don't laugh at me, but the Energize, I was literally cracking one open. It's month in madness. Okay. We stay up late at the last day of the month, and I'm drinking an Energize. And I'm probably going to be up till 3 a.m. instead of just midnight tonight. But I am a coffee addict. Like, didn't think I could go a day without coffee. Like, honestly, seriously, I would have one in the morning. Sometimes I would go through the Starbucks drive-through twice a day, at least once a day. And that got freaking expensive, first of all. But I would have one in the morning, and then around like 3 or 4 o'clock, I would be crashing. I would need another one to get through like the rest of my day. So when we came out with the Energize, I was like, okay, I'm going to cut out coffee for a whole week. I'm just going to use Energize. Like, let's see if I can do this. And I would drink one in the morning. I wouldn't even think about having my second, energy boost halfway through the day. I felt great. This is awesome because it has it's sustained energy too. It has so many just great vitamins, trace minerals, things in it that are good for you and don't give you like the jitters and the racing heart and the coffee crash or anything like that. So many great things from the hemp plant, USDA certified organic. They come, I know Emily showed you like the whole box of the hydrate, but they come in little packets like this. If you guys can see without my crazy ring light glare. But these are awesome. And I'm probably going to be up all night from this, but it's exciting. It's month end. But those are my favorites. I think everything's awesome, but those are probably my top 5.
Yes, I love it. You guys, I know we have so many products. It's like, and for us being only 2.5 years in, I feel like our product portfolio is so impressive, and the amount of products that can help everybody across the board, from young to old, and even to our mammals. We have an entire pet line for, anybody that has a spine basically can benefit from our products. So super awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. And, I know we have a lot of people on here that love hearing y'all's stories, and we know why Green Compass and like getting involved as an advocate was a good fit for us. And I would just love to hear, if somebody is considering getting involved as an advocate, what you think they would want to hear and, think about when, deciding if it's a good fit for them or not. And I'll let you go first.
Okay. And you guys, this is our last little section of Q&A. But this is my favorite part, the opportunity. And, when you were listening to Lynsey and I and Michael talk about the products, like how many of you were like, ooh, my mom could use that, or, oh, my child could use that. And I don't even know if we said this, but we have pet products too, because they all have an endocannabinoid system just like we do. So that's why this business makes sense. CBD is something that is for anybody and everybody. And it's a product that runs out that people are going to reorder. So the 2 things that I'm going to talk about are, is this a product that people would buy without a compensation plan attached to it? And then let's talk about compensation plan. You probably want to know, can you make money? How do you make money? So, you can't go a day without hearing about CBD. It's everywhere. It's on the billboard. It's at the shoe store. It's at the gas station. But people, need help with dosing. They need that trusted brand. Again, we told you how unregulated it is. So I would say like 9 out of 10 people that I talk to are curious about CBD. They just don't know where to go get it. And so that's where we come into play. We simply, listen, if someone is saying, hey, they're not sleeping well, or they're in pain, or they're stressed, hey, have you tried CBD for that? And that's what we do. And we're a strictly testimonial based business. So we share other people's success stories and other people's testimonials and grow a business that way. And so I always say we're not looking for salespeople. We're really just looking for people to get behind CBD, get excited about it, and share it when it is appropriate. So we are not being that girl that hounds people down at the grocery store. We're offering something that can really help people when it makes sense. So you heard the numbers that Lynsey shared with you, 12 million our first year, doubled that year 2. We, if you want to be a part of this, what is year 3 going to look like? It's simply because we've got a really high quality product that people need, not just that people want. And it comes with a money back guarantee and top quality products to prove it. And so number 2 is the compensation plan. Can you make money doing this? Absolutely. But what's so great is it's totally flexible and it's totally up to you. So just like these products are for anybody and everybody, this business is too. So it doesn't discriminate. We have people from all walks of life having success here. You don't have to have experience. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mom. We have employees. We have business owners. We have some incredible people that we have linked arms with. And it's because you're coachable and you have a why and a desire for something more, you can plug into this compensation plan. So everything is done virtually, and you get to plug in as little or as much as you choose around your busy life and what you're already doing. And that's what's so incredible about our business. So another thing, our product runs out. So you get a customer once and they reorder and reorder and reorder and tell their friends and reorder. So essentially every time somebody buys a product from your website, you make a commission on that. And then when they reorder, you make that commission again. And then as you decide to grow a team, if that's something that you want to do, you can make a great commission just selling product to your friends and family and referrals. But if you want to do this big, like Lynsey, Michael, and I really do, you can build a team. And that's, people who love customers who are loving their CBD and ordering each month, and they're talking about it anyway, so they decide to join your team. Or maybe somebody just wants a plan B. Maybe somebody hates their job and wants to replace an income, or maybe someone wants more time with their family. Whatever that may be, as people join your team, every time they purchase or sell a product, you also make a commission. So that's where it really, really, really starts to snowball. So, if you just want that little wiggle room in your budget, this can be it for you. But if you want to do this big, this can be really big too. And we have all kinds of fun things like trips. Lynsey and I just got back from one. We're going to Nevis in May. You can get cash bonuses, all kinds of great prizes, just for plugging in and doing your job and helping people feel better with these incredible products. So the beauty of this is you get to make it what you want to make it. And, we're here to help you do whatever it is that you want to do. So the compensation plan truly is incredible, and get with whoever invited you if you want to know about it more in detail. But it's been life-changing for the three of us on this call, to say the least. So Lynsey, I'm going to pass it over to you, and you can share what you love.
Okay. You stole all mine again, but I'll think of new ones. No, honestly, everything about this company is just so awesome. I think my favorite part is just like, we call it the Green Compass family. It truly does feel like a family. That's something that I didn't have in the former company that I was involved with. And people who came over who had experience with other companies are like, wow, this is just like a whole different vibe. And I think it truly trickles down from the top, from our founders and their heart for truly helping others. And we all just like get excited when you get those testimonials rolling in, whether it be from someone who has used a product and it's improving their quality of life and they're sleeping better and they're feeling better. Or if it's someone who's like, oh my gosh, we're able to take our family on a trip to Disney World that we never thought we'd be able to. This is awesome. Like, because of this company, it's like, that is just the most rewarding thing. But I think just the leadership too, the leadership and the resources that are provided to us. I didn't know much about CBD. I didn't really know, like the majority of my personal team had no prior experience in network marketing whatsoever, but it is such a duplicatable system. Excuse me. You jump on board and we literally help you create a roadmap based on what you want. Like Emily said, there's no like right or wrong way to do this. You can jump on board and want to pay for a car payment and chip down on student loan debt, or you can jump on board and want to have huge dreams and goals with this like we do, and we will help you create a roadmap based on what you want for your personal goals. We have so many videos and resources that you can send out. So for example, if someone asks you, tell me more about how CBD works in the body and the endocannabinoid system, like I could probably like butcher it and explain it, but I'm not the science person. No one wants to listen to me talk about the endocannabinoid system. So there's a 2.5 minute video that I can shoot out, and the company provides that to everyone to help educate your people, your prospects who are interested in learning more. There's a video about the compensation plan. There's a video about what sets Green Compass apart. There's a video of our farms. There's a video of our processes and the journey that the hemp goes through to become the CBD that is in the bottle at your door. Like, name another company that provides that kind of transparency. And you can have all of those little 2 to 3 minute videos to shoot out at your fingertips, so you don't have to be the expert. That is probably my favorite part. And then just duplicatable systems. I think that's really important because nobody has extra when you start a business, when you jump on board with this, you don't get an extra like 2 hours in your 24-hour day to like figure out how to do something else. So it's almost like a plug and play system. You say what you want out of this, your leader links arms with you, comes up with a roadmap based on what you want, like I mentioned, but then it's like, it's easy to duplicate down. We have team pages, we have calls every Monday night at 8 o'clock. We call it our all family call. Everyone gets on, here's from corporate, here's from some of the top leaders in the company, people who are doing things the right way, gives your top tips and tricks, like here's what we're doing this week. Here's what we have going on this week. So you're never going to be in the dark with what to do or how to do it. And you don't have to have any experience whatsoever to have a lot of success here. I am a walking testimony of that, and so many people on my team are. So how to get started? I know some of you are probably like, okay, we get it, we want to do this, or either shut up, get out of here, we're ready to go to bed. But sorry, my Energize is kicking in, y'all. I'm excited. But there are 3 different ways that you can get started with Green Compass. Option 1 is $49.95. That it does not come with any products, but that is everything that you need to get started, your website, some marketing materials, some training and stuff like that. Options 2 and 3 are awesome product deals. So like we talked about, there's no inventory required in this company. You do not have to carry inventory. You have your website. And so it's set up for you when you're enrolled. So you don't have to create a website or anything during enrollment. And anytime someone wants to order products from you, join your team, any of that, everything goes through your website. It ships from corporate to the customer or your new team member, and you get the commission on it. You don't have to touch it, ship it, like someone else has done all of this hard work for you. So options 2 and 3, the products that come with those are just for you personally to use for yourself, to use as samples, you can sell things out of your kit if you wanted to recoup some of that investment. You're never required to, but option 1 is $2.99 and the second is $4.99. So the $2.99, it's over a 50% discount, comes with over $600 worth of stuff. And then the $4.99 comes with over $1,000 worth of stuff. Everything in our lineup except for the nano jellies comes in the $4.99. Oh, and the new drink powders, because they're brand new products that were created, that were brought on after the kits. So those are the 3 different options. And there is a surprise that if anyone's watching this recording, let's stop the recording before we talk about the surprise, because it ends today. So if you're watching the recording, bye, sorry. The rest is just for people right now.